Today, we are going to go into one of humanity's very, very profound truths. It completely resonates with what we believe here in the Empowering Morning Conversations. So, we are going to talk about Ubuntu. It's a very, very ancient African philosophy that holds the key to healing our sense of separation and awakening ourselves to our true interconnected nature. We are completely connected with the universe, with everything in it. Yeah? Ubuntu means I am because we are. So it's a complete worldview. And it can transform how you experience yourself, how you experience your relationships, and your place in the universe. Now, everybody, take a deep breath with me. And feel your connection to every being who will hear these words. In this moment, we are one consciousness exploring itself through many forms. Feel your connection with every being who will hear these words. Now, this is Ubuntu in action, practically. So let's go a little deeper into this. Now, Ubuntu comes from the Bantu language of South Africa. It means a person is a person through other persons. A person is a person through other persons. So can you imagine your life if nobody else was there? Now we live in an illusion of separation, that we are separate, even though energetically we are all one. Now your mind tells you that you end at your skin. Your mind tells you that you are separate from others. Ubuntu reveals that this is a great illusion. Even in our philosophy, we say, sab maya hai. Your consciousness, your infinite being, exists only in relationship. You are not an isolated island, you are a part of an infinite ocean of being. Now, the truth is that every person who has ever touched your life, your parents, your teachers, your friends, even strangers who smiled at you, they live within you. They live within us. Their love, their wisdom, their energy, they become a part of our consciousness. And you exist because they existed. You are because they are. They shaped you, they molded your life. Now let's feel this Ubuntu in your body. Please close your eyes for a moment. Close your eyes. Now feel your heartbeat. Feel your heartbeat. Now imagine feeling the heartbeat of your mother, your father, your children, your friends, everyone. Feel their heartbeat too. Now, Ubuntu tells us that these heartbeats are not separate. They are one rhythm of life expressing itself through many, many, many different forms. Now, modern quantum physics confirms what Ubuntu has always known. So at the deepest level, there are no separate particles, only relationships, only interconnected fields of energy. That's what quantum physics says. So you are not separate from the universe, you are the universe, experiencing yourself or itself subjectively. So we've all been brought up, in this philosophy of Western individualism, isn't it? What does Western philosophy say? It says, I think, therefore I am. In Ubuntu, we say, we are, therefore I am. So your identity is not contained within you. It emerges from the web of relationships that surround you, that flow through you all the time. So we're going to do a little meditation. Just to remind you, just to tell you, Ubuntu is just not a philosophy, it's a path of awakening. Let me show you that. Now, close your eyes. Sit quietly and expand your sense of self. Start with feeling your breath connecting you to all breathing things. So sit quietly, expand your sense of self. Start with feeling your breath connecting you with all breathing things. Feel your heartbeat joining the rhythm of all hearts. Extend your awareness to include your family. Extend your awareness to include your family, your community, all of humanity, all of life. This is your true size, infinite and interconnected. Every person you meet is a mirror of yourself. Every person you meet is a mirror reflecting one aspect of yourself. The person who irritates you shows you your own shadows. The person who inspires you reflects your own potential. So, Ubuntu teaches us to see ourselves, literally, to see ourselves in everyone. When someone hurts you, Abundance says, how do we restore this relationship? It does not say, how do we punish? This is not about being weak. It's about recognizing that their healing is your healing. Their wholeness is your wholeness. Forgiveness becomes not a gift that you give to them, but a gift that you give to yourself. Your gifts your talents, your abundance. Ubuntu reveals these were never meant for you alone. They are universal gifts flowing through you to serve the collective awakening. When you hoard your gifts, you block the flow of life itself. When it comes to decision making, if you do it the Ubuntu way, before making any choice, ask, how does this serve the highest good of all? Your personal desires align with the cosmic will. When they serve the collective flourishing. This is not sacrifice, it is recognizing your true nature as a part of the whole. When it comes to relationships, in Ubuntu consciousness, you don't just love someone, you recognize yourself in them. Their joy, their happiness becomes your joy and your happiness. Their pain becomes your pain. Now, this is not codependency. It is the natural result of seeing beyond the illusion of separation. This Ubuntu offers a very, very profound medicine for our modern spiritual crisis. There is a loneliness epidemic going on. Depression, anxiety, addiction. All these come from feeling disconnected, isolated, meaningless. Now, Ubuntu reminds us that you belong, you matter, you are a part of something infinitely greater. Your healing happens in community, not in isolation. There is a collective consciousness. So let's look at Ubuntu and collective consciousness. So as humanity awakens, we will remember what Ubuntu has always known. We are one consciousness appearing as many. Your spiritual growth isn't separate from others. It's not separate from other people awakening. As you heal, you help to heal the collective. As you awaken, you help to awaken the world. Now, when it comes to leadership, true spiritual leadership serves the collective awakening. A leader in Ubuntu consciousness will always ask, how can I lift everyone up? Your success becomes meaningful only when it creates space for others to flourish. Now, let's look at social healing of society. Now, injustice anywhere affects the whole human family. Ubuntu compels us to work for everyone's liberation because no one is totally free until everyone is totally free. So your privilege becomes a tool for spiritual elevation. Now here's a paradox. The more you give of yourself to others, the more yourself you become. Let me repeat that. Interesting. The more you give yourself to others, the more yourself you become. The more you serve the collective, the more you serve everyone, the more you discover your unique gifts. The more you see yourself, you see other people as yourself, the more clarity you see in your true nature. This philosophy, let's see how it will affect global transformation. See, what are the normal, everyday problems that the world is facing today? Climate change, poverty, and so much conflict. Conflict everywhere. Ubuntu shows us that these are not other people's problems. They are symptoms of our collective forgetting our interconnectedness. What affects others would affect me. So solutions come always by remembering our unity and acting upon the truth. If someone is suffering, I am also suffering. If someone is unhappy, I am also unhappy. So the question is, how do I live like this every day of my life? How do you put in this practice in your everyday life? So there's something you can start with in the morning. Start with the feeling your connection to all life. When we do the expansion exercise, like that. Start each day by feeling our connection to all of life. Set an intention. How can I serve the collective awakening today? Remember, your actions ripple through the web of consciousness. You can also do this very interesting breathing practice. Throughout the day, take conscious breaths, conscious breaths that connect you to the collective. When you inhale, feel the breath of all beings entering you, all humanity entering you. As you exhale, send your love and light to all of existence. With each breath, remember, this same air has been breathed by countless souls before you and will nourish countless souls after you. Gratitude, very important. Before meals, pause to feel gratitude not just for the food, but for every hand that helped in bringing that food to you. The farmer, the earth, the sun, the rain. We are nourished by the entire universe's collaboration. You're all working together for us. In conversation, you can practice Ubuntu way of listening. So in conversations, listen not just with your ears, but with your Ubuntu consciousness. Hear the part of yourself speaking through the other person. I'll repeat that. Hear the part of yourself speaking through the other person. Respond from a place that recognizes them as the wonderful, magnificent, extraordinary human beings that they are. And living in the Ubuntu ways, look for small ways, little ways or big ways to serve throughout our day. Hold a door open for someone, offer a smile, send a loving text. Remember, these are not random acts of kindness. They are expression of true Ubuntu nature that you are. In the evening, you can do a reflection, the Ubuntu way. Before sleeping, reflect on how you experienced interconnectedness today. Where did you feel separate? Where did you feel connected? How did you serve the collective awakening? So let this awareness guide our choices tomorrow, no? And let me teach you a very, very interesting Ubuntu forgiveness practice. At the end of each day, end the day by sending forgiveness to anyone who triggered you, including yourself. Anyone who upset you, send forgiveness to them. Please remember, their healing is your healing. Their peace is my peace, our peace. We rise together or not at all. Practice and discover what difference does it make to you, and what difference does it make to people in your life. What difference does it make to the world when you practice this kind of living? So thank you very much.